I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is for Johnny. Thank you once again, Johnny, for supporting me on my Patreon. If anyone is ever interested in doing that, there's certain tiers and certain things you can do with certain tiers. If you're interested in doing that, feel free. The link to that Patreon will be down below. Or if you're ever interested in requesting something, video, review, however, if you want to do it directly via my PayPal, the link to that will be down below as well. But the review for today that Johnny wanted was Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie from 1995. And I know you're wondering, wait a minute, man, I thought you reviewed this. Well, first off, if people request it, I'm fine with re-reviewing anything. Again, I'm pretty open to that stuff. And number two, those videos I had to take down because of certain stupid stuff, which I won't get into. But now it gives me a chance to re-review them, hopefully do a better job. If not, at least they'll be up on the channel now. I was not a fan of this movie then, when I saw it 7 or so months ago. Not a review of it now. Not a fan of it now. But I'm not really the audience for this, because this seems meant more for kids. I'm obviously not a kid. It's for Power Rangers fan. I don't know jack squat about Power Rangers. I didn't grow up with it. I was more of a Ninja Turtles guy. In fact, Power Rangers were my enemy because as a kid, Ninja Turtles was the fad. And then Power Rangers came in and overtook it. And I got pissed about that because I'm still a Ninja Turtles fan. So it's almost like the Bloods and the Crips. Fuck you, which are you? I'm the Blood, you're the Crip. But seriously, I can't say whether it's a good or bad show because I didn't watch the show. So I can't. Was I a fan of the movie? No. But maybe if I watched the show, maybe if I had grown up with it, I would enjoy this more like many other people do. And I'm saving anger for the next one, which I remember being bad. Turbo, a Power Rangers movie, and it was still that fucking bad. This, though, I'm not a fan of it. At least it looks like a film that would be in theaters. Well, aside from the CGI, especially the third act. I like some of the soundtrack. For example, Dreams by Van Halen is playing. The villain was fun. I mean, it's Paul Freeman. I'm like, Belloc? From Raiders of the Lost Ark? Belloc. He's one of the better parts of the movie. Because he plays the main bad guy, Ivan Ooze, and his character is kind of like almost like a used car salesman personality in this Ivan Ooze form. And a bit of a smart ass. And, ooh, where's my autograph book? When he's told that these are the Power Rangers. And he was a bit fun. The characters of the Power Rangers, they don't really go into them at all. I don't know if it's because there's so many. I don't know if it's because, hey, you should have watched the show, jackass. They didn't give a shit. And people go, well, man, it's a kid's film. No. The 1990 Ninja Turtles at least attempted to do that with Raphael. With the moment where he talks to Splinter and Splinter tries to tell him to control his anger. Later on, when him and Leo have a fight, and Raph gets put into a fucking coma, and then later on when he wakes up and him and Leo have a hug and Leo apologizes. See, that's at least some stuff. This really didn't have any of that. So the kid argument, the argument that it's just a kid's film, so you can't have that, I disagree with. So because I didn't grow up with the show and I could only base it on the movie, I didn't give a shit about the Power Rangers. The suits look cool when they do wear them. So aesthetically they look nice. But when I don't care about the lead characters and, okay, hopefully you impress me with some fancy footwork, and some of the fight scenes, they're well choreographed. But they got annoying because of the sound effects, almost any time they hit something, they also gotta have a stupid remark. You ever played Tit the Can? You ooze, you lose. I got just annoyed by that shit. And then also when sometimes, I swear to God, sometimes when the Power Rangers hit Ivan Ooze's minions, I hear fart sounds. Why? I guess because the ooze, kind of like if you got Nickelodeon DAC and you put it together, it'll make fart sounds. I guess that was the reason behind it. And then on the other front, well, hey, kids love fart sounds. The story, is there a story? The Power Rangers in their human form, even from the beginning, you don't really get much. The only introduction you get is, it's that face, it's that face, it's that girl, it's that girl. They skydive, then they roller skate. Meanwhile, this construction crew finds a giant purple egg. The Rangers get called in with Alpha, this annoying fucking robot. See, if I did that often, you'd get annoyed. And Zordon, which I don't care for the look of Zordon. Maybe that's how it is on the show. Yes, I will admit, granted, it's not fair because it's a bigger budget, but I like the way Bryan Cranston's Zordon looked more in the 2017 movie. Which, yes, I like that a lot more than this. If you want to know why, that's coming up because that was another Patreon request. Not from Johnny, but from a different guy, so it worked out. But pretty much talking about Ivan Ooze, and he's coming, he's been found, and he gets released, and it's Paul Freeman. I did one of the better parts of the movie. He's having fun with the role, with the lines he's given. Oh, I miss so much. The Spanish Inquisition, the Brady Bunch reunion. He gets in very quickly in the security, so the security in this place don't mean jack shit, apparently. Fucks up Zordon very quickly. Again, no fucking security, I guess. Meanwhile, the Power Rangers, is this a thing on the show where their helmets do different things? Like, they have fucking headlights and tractors. Like, is that part of the show too? People can let me know if they're into the show. Do the helmets, it's not a flaw, or they were just, again, a genuine question I have. So they fight the Ooze guys, and the sound effects, like all these fucking sound effects of bells and doorbells. Anytime they hit someone, it's a bell sound, it's a doorbell sound, it's ding dong, bing bong, boom, ding dong, boom boom. Jesus Christ. That's one of the things I hated with Ninja Turtles: The Next Mutation, which is from Saban, the people who produced the fucking Power Rangers, and even had a crossover with the Power Rangers at one point. The fucking sound effects after every fucking bit of a fight scene. which they don't do that in the second one as much. To give a fair point to the sequel, it doesn't do that, at least not that much compared to this. And you know, they destroy the ooze creatures. 2 of them hit one, and then the creature's eyes pop out like it's a Looney Tunes cartoon. I mean, it's meant for kids, but at the same time, so is technically the fucking Goonies, but I'd rather watch that than this. Or the 1990 Power Rangers, or even Secret of the Ooze. Secret of the Ooze was sillier, but it didn't have fucking bad guys all of a sudden pop out cartoon eyes and that one scene I mentioned, or every time they fight there's a fucking doorbell or ding dong sound. Needs more cowbell. And then Jason David Franks has a fucking flying sword, and I went, he had a fucking flying sword the whole fucking time, and now he uses it? Why the fuck didn't he use the flying sword second one during this fucking fight? He had a flying sword that he can move like Michael Rooker and has this thing in Guardians of the Galaxy. Why didn't he just fucking use that and go? Why didn't he do that? He had a flying sword the whole fucking time. Calm down. What the fuck? So Ivan Ooze, you have the bad guys from the show, Rita Repulsa, and I forget who the other guy is. Puts him in the snow globe. Guess what? The Cemetery Man. And Ivan Ooze is now new teen shit. Makes a bunch of Crowmen. And the Power Rangers with their suits on. No, they don't have their suits at this point. They've lost this in Zordon. Because they go back, they find Zordon is dying. That's when Ivan Ooze comes in and fucks everything up. They need to go help Zordon. They need to get something. They go to another They go another place. I don't say dimension, but not really. They go to another place. And their fucking rainbow color scheme. And they get their asses kicked by the Crowmen. Like, are these guys just completely, utterly fucking useless without their fucking armor? And then this lady with no powers comes in and kicks all the Crowmen's ass. This is subplot I didn't give a shit about, where Ivan Ooze is using these parents, and then the parents, they're infected with this ooze, this sludge, this Nickelodeon Dak, but it's purple Dak. And this kid who we saw earlier, he wants to help his dad. I didn't give a flying fucking fooling fucking shit about. And pretty much all that happens is the Power Rangers, they get new clothes and new medals. Yong Bosch, which I saw recently at a review I did for Patreon. Broken Fist, known as Broken Path, known as Attack of the Yakuza. I really enjoyed that movie. So it was interesting to now, after seeing that, watch Yong Bosch here as the Black Ranger. He has one of the few lines I smirked at, because the people are given different animals, and he's given a frog, and he's like, I'm a frog. And then the lady kind of gives him a bullshit answer going, well, she doesn't hesitate that long, but she might as well have been. Yes, a frog. Just like a woman kisses and you'd be a prince. Granted, that doesn't fucking tell him what the fuck the power is going to do from the long run, but hey. It's like, I need to say something to keep him distracted and then move along. There's some decent effects in this. After they get their medals, there's a point where these dinosaur bones, like a Triceratops, fights the Power Rangers. Not a bad effect, I thought, with the Dino Triceratops. I thought it was actually a pretty good effect with practical effects. So I give credit to that scene. They fight some of these armored creatures. They're like guards. And then they finally get in, and they're finally able to get their suits again and get the power they need for Zordon. The finale, you get some really terrible CGI. Again, one other point I can give to the next one, Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. At least they knew that the CGI was not good, or they didn't have the budget to even attempt it. That's probably why. They went back to just the people and men in suits, which looks better than this, because I guess they thought, hey, it's a live action film, CGI is a new thing, this is 1995, this will look cool, and it doesn't. So the badly done CGI, inset robots of Ivan Ooze fight with the now Ninjazords, I guess maybe for the new show at the time they're going to do, so they ought to be Zords, not swords, Zords. And the actions is hokey, mainly for the effects. I mean, I just really checked out here with the finale and the battles, and then the Megazord flies into space with the Ivan Ooze Zord, and they knee the Ivan Ooze Zord in the nuts and to a fucking trail of a goddamn comet after nudging his balls. I'm like, whatever, man, whatever. Go fucking fly away on the goddamn comet. And Cupid and Donner and fucking Blitzen and whatever the fuck. And then it ends again, some of the songs are pretty good, including at the end, Dreams by Van Halen. That's what dreams are made of. I like the song. Soundtrack's not bad. Paul Freeman's having fun as Ivan Ooze. The suits of the Power Rangers, when they're on screen, look cool. But I don't give a shit about the cast, because it's like the movie didn't give a shit about even attempting to have any type of development or drama, relationship, anything dealing with actual character. And just because it's a kids film doesn't mean it can't have 0. You can have 5% or 15 or 30%, not fucking 0. So then I didn't care about any of the Power Rangers themselves. And it's just very campy with the sound effects and the fight scenes and the doorbells and the cowbells and the horrible CGI in the third act and the really campy humor. I was not a fan of this movie. The next one is way worse, but I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry. I know, like, people like Fabio, my good friend, they're big fans of the show. That's cool. It wasn't for me. It wasn't for me. And watching it again, it confirmed it just wasn't for me. There's worse, but I'm just sitting there going, if it works for fans of the Power Rangers, cool. That's just yeah, wasn't for me. But thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.